on 4 News Now at 6. It is going to be a beautiful Mother's Day weekend. I'll let you know how long our 80-degree weather will be sticking around.
Both the Cougs and Zags basketball teams have some new competition. We'll tell you and show you the NCAA tournament team that's joining the West Coast Conference and when. And new body camera footage showing the shootout between a domestic violence suspect and Moses Lake police. Hear what the suspect said to officers before opening fire. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. And thank you for joining us. I'm Kirsten O'Connor here with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker, looking ahead to a gorgeous weekend.
Yes, beautiful weather in the 80s. In fact, we're just going to do 2 more days just like today.
Copy and paste.
Yes, that's right. If that's okay. That's not what I did with the forecast, but might as well have. It was 82 degrees today. That is our first 80-degree day in Spokane, 80 degree or higher. We're right about on time. May 12th is the average date that we hit 80 for the first time. Last time we were in the 80s, way back on October 8th, it felt very hot to me. It probably did to you too, because this is 5 degrees warmer than our warmest day of the season so far, which was 77. So quite a jump. Here's a look at high temperatures around the region. A few spots stayed in the 70s out at Fairchild Air Force Base, Spangle, Coeur d'Alene, 77, but we were 80s elsewhere around the region, including Deer Park and Spirit Lake. It was 82 in Spokane Valley around the region, 77 in Sandpoint and Pullman. 87 in the Tri-Cities. Might get into the 90s in the Tri-Cities tomorrow. Elsewhere around the region, expect more 80s and just a little bit warmer weather. In the meantime, it is a beautiful Friday evening. We will still be around 70 degrees at 9 o'clock after sunset, 11 o'clock in the 60s with light winds and clear to mostly clear skies. Good thing the skies are staying clear. Matt Gray, meteorologist Matt Gray, will be around later in the newscast to talk about the possibility of the aurora borealis, very good possibility, and the best way you can watch it.
Please come out.
What you're looking at here, recently released body camera footage from the Moses Lake Police Department. And what you're hearing in that video is a Moses Lake police officer and a suspect shooting at one another last weekend. The Moses Lake Police Department said they were called to a domestic disturbance report at a Motel 6 there in Moses Lake. Marissa Rio gives us the latest on this investigation.
Thank you, Kirsten. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, the Central Basin Investigative Team is still investigating this incident. In its latest update, the investigative team states detectives have gathered video surveillance from the Motel 6 and surrounding businesses to describe events accurately. What you are about to see is body cam footage and dash cam footage revealing what led up to those harrowing moments of gunshots fired.
Okay, please come out.
Like a scene from a movie. Dashcam footage shows 37-year-old suspect Zachary Allen Stockton with 2 guns in his hands, shooting multiple times at law enforcement. But what led up to this?
Come out with your hands empty, please.
As Sergeant Monroe with Moses Lake PD approaches the Motel 6, you can hear him announce to the suspect who he is, and almost immediately, Stockton is uncooperative.
Can you keep your hands visible for me? Other hand, please.
He then attempts to stop the female inside from leaving before she walks out with her hands in the air.
Okay, Todd, find out if he's got a gun.
I'll have multiple guns.
Do you have a gun in your hand?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. That's when the officers begin to back up. Stockton continuously asks if he comes out, will the officers shoot him?
I don't care about your warrants. I care about your safety and my safety. So please come out unarmed, sir. Okay? I give you my word. I've got a wife and 3 kids, man. It's the last thing I want to do.
Sergeant Monroe was heard trying to negotiate with Stockton several times, but that wasn't enough. Multiple shots were fired. Sergeant Monroe was shot in the foot, and Stockton was shot in the hand. He is currently being held in the Grant County Jail. The officers who shot at the suspect are Sergeant Adam Monroe and Officer Todd Taylor. The Central Basin Investigative Team says detectives interviewed Stockton early this week, as well as witnesses, to gain hindsight into the events that led up to the Moses Lake police officers' use of force. We will continue to update you with any new information as soon as it becomes available. In studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa. The Spokane Police Department says officers have made several arrests at a Northeast Spokane nuisance property. That property has been the subject of over 60 calls just since the start of the year. Spokane police say the primary search warrant was in regards to a drug issue at an apartment where a 1-year-old baby was living. 3 suspects were arrested, something one property manager describes as a first-class operation. A nearby business owner sent us these photos to show us what he's been dealing with, and the property manager next door says he had to remodel his building just to make his tenants feel safe.
And the police would come over here and just sit here and fill out their reports and stuff like this, just to have a presence here. And all those things over time really started helping. But the bad people were still there.
And if you look at your screen now, you'll see how you can report a nuisance property in your neighborhood. And you can also find this information on our website, KXLY.com. We have some breaking news now out of the 9 Mile Falls area. Fire District 9 is there, recovering a body found by a kayaker there in the river. This is near the McClellan Trailhead at Riverside Park. We still don't know the circumstances of how the person ended up there or for how long yet. But as you can see, those first responders still working right near the river. It looks like they have some sort of a raft, and they've been there for at least half an hour. We will continue to update you on KXLY.com on their progress. This is another stark reminder that with warm temperatures this weekend, the water in the river is still extremely cold. The water is about 50 degrees, and it doesn't take long for hypothermia to kick in. It's not just the cold temperatures that you need to worry about. The Spokane Riverkeeper tells us the water is moving at about 5,300 cubic feet per second.
It is moving in every section, even when it looks like it's calm. There's often strong currents moving underneath the river, underneath the surface, and it can sweep you away pretty quickly.
If you'd like to safely recreate in the water with your family, Spokane has some great local rafting companies and experts who can take people down the river. At this point in the year, it's still too dangerous to float on your own. The Gonzaga Bulldogs are already gaining 2 new conference foes later this year in Washington State and Oregon State, but the conference will be expanding even more next year. Alex Crescenti's here in studio with me. And Alex, this came out of nowhere, but makes a lot of sense for the WCC.
Yeah, that's right, Kirsten. It's a good rule of thumb by now not to assume conference realignment is ever done. But in this instance, it's actually good for news for our local teams, as the West Coast Conference will be welcoming in both Seattle University and Grand Canyon starting in 2025. Now, both these universities come from the Western Athletic Conference, or WAC, as many Idaho Vandal and Boise State fans know it by. And with these new additions, the WCC will expand to 11 full-time members and 13 when you include WSU and OSU for at least the 2025-2026 academic year. Now, the idea of expansion is so important for conferences these days when you see how all the money in college sports is being consolidated into just a few power players. And WCC Commissioner Stu Jackson pretty clear today in explaining why they went and got these 2 schools.
Additionally, it improves our geographic footprint of the conference, bringing on 2 major markets like Seattle and the city of Phoenix. And all in all, from a broadcast standpoint, a scheduling standpoint, and recruiting standpoint, we really feel that this is a beneficial partnership for our conference and the 2 institutions.
Now, the success of the expanded WCC really could come down to what Gonzaga decides to do. We know they have the most leverage in any situation regarding the conference, and they were supportive of adding Seattle U and GCU. But if they decide to bail for the Big East or the Big 12, a lot of that hard work could be undone pretty quickly for the WCC. Kirsten, I'll send it back over to you.
We'll have to stay posted. Thank you, Alex. You'll want to keep an eye on the sky this weekend because you'll have a good chance to see the northern lights. In about half an hour, meteorologist Matt Gray will be with us to break down the science behind Aurora Borealis. Concerns over kids taking melatonin. The changes one organization wants companies to protect kids.
I think any sort of kickstart that you can have to your future is a great stepping stone.
Plus, we'll break down the new program coming to University High School that can save students time and money. Stay with us.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
For 27 years, our promise has been to save you green.
This Saturday, Huckleberry's is having their massive 25% off sale on all things natural living. At Huck's on the Hill or inside Rosar's. Pamper yourself with self-care essentials or boost your fitness journey with natural supplements. So why wait? Treat yourself to the best in health and wellness. Plus, a lot of these could make for great gifts. Save 25% this Saturday at all Huckleberry's locations.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
Summer is here with a hot deal at Pape Machinery. Enjoy 0% financing for 84 months on select John Deere tractors. No hidden fees, just unbeatable performance. Act fast. This offer ends soon. Visit Pape Machinery Yag and Turf today.
Hi, I'm Doug Trudeau with Trudeau's Marina. Summer's just around the corner. It's time to get out on the water. We have the most popular boats in the industry, premium crafted Sea Ray boats, family fun Bayliner boats, including the Element Series, VR Series, and DX Series boats. Heyday surf boats, great way to get on the water and go surfing. Crestliner fishing boats, and new this year, Princecraft pontoons. So if you're in the market for a boat, come in and see us at Trudeau's Marina in downtown Spokane.
This year we celebrate Gary Middle School. That's where we're going to have the hometown Chevy Diamonds and Dreams. The whole infield's got to go. New fences, new backstop, and dugouts. The kids are going to love it. Diamonds and Dreams brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
For over 90 years, the McVeigh Brothers family has been installing the very best in roofing, siding, and windows made for the Inland Northwest. Last year, our 6000 Series Coeur d'Alene windows earned the 2024 Energy Star Most Efficient Award, beating some manufacturers by 20%. So this week, we're celebrating by matching your energy rebate up to $10 per square foot with every window sold. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
I'm just looking forward to being able to start my career as early as possible.
And soon, University High Schoolers, just like the one you heard from, will get to do just that. Starting in the fall, freshmen at University High can sign up to get an Associate of Arts degree while also earning their high school diploma. With these classes happening during school hours, they can save families money and time while students get an introduction to college education. Bronte Saratsky explains how.
Starting this fall, 8th graders coming to University High School will be able to join this new cohort, allowing them to graduate high school with even more college credits.
And so it's really nice to not have to worry about that cost.
High school students that want to get ahead of their college education have options like AP classes and Head Start. But those come with costs and barriers not every family can afford.
I considered running START in my sophomore year, but I had a really bad fear of driving. So I didn't have that opportunity because I was so terrified of driving that I couldn't make my way to colleges.
Starting next school year, University High School freshmen can enroll in this new cohort, allowing them to take actual college classes during normal school hours. By the time they graduate high school, they'll also have an Associate of Arts degree.
I think any sort of kickstart that you can have to your future is a great stepping stone.
This is all possible through a partnership with Eastern Washington University and Spokane Community College. School district teachers will still teach these college classes, and all the coursework will be vetted through the colleges.
What we do is we map that course that's a University High School class to the correct Eastern Washington College in the High School course that has a distinct name.
Enrollment in this program is starting for current 8th graders heading to University High School. However, the district is hoping to expand it to Ridgeline and Central Valley High Schools. It's a program current seniors say would have benefited them as freshmen.
Well, you only get high school once. And so having the opportunity to further your potential career would just be beneficial.
Reporting in Spokane Valley, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
So cool. Well, listen up, drivers. West 16th Avenue in Spokane between Highway 195 and Nettleton Lane will be closed starting Monday morning until early July. Once construction is done, drivers on the west side of 195 will no longer be allowed to turn left to head north. Instead, they will be forced to go south all the way down to Thorpe Road and make a U-turn.
Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be clear for the aurora tonight, and meteorologist Matt Gray will be along here shortly to talk about how you can see it in the 80s through Sunday. A beautiful Mother's Day, and then we are going to cool down a little bit next week. I'll be back to tell you all about it after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
Meet Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo. Fargo makes banking faster and easier.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
Lets you pick up the tab, even if you forget your wallet.
I got this.
Fargo, send Kaz $145 with Zelle.
Smooth. Fargo puts important information at your fingertips.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries this month?
Hey, Dad, can the guy stay for dinner?
No.
Want to see everything Fargo can do? You can with Wells Fargo.
Elegance, style, quality, custom made for your project. Agalite shower doors and bath enclosures by River City Glass are designed for a lifetime of use. Timeless beauty that speaks for itself with superior quality and exceptional value. Offering exquisite custom wine room enclosures and office room glass, specializing in custom mirrors crafted to fit your space. Producing high-performance glass for every project, residential and commercial. River City Glass.
Guess what time it is?
Sponsored locally by Valley VIP.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
ET's Irwin Family Exclusive.
What is a fun memory with your dad?
Bindi with brother Robert and mom Terry, plus her Mother's Day plans with 3-year-old daughter Grace.
Next, E.T.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Drugs like Ozempic. So many people are using them or want to use them. If you're on these drugs, what should you eat to get the protein you need? How can they help with your heart health? And what's the best plan after hitting your goal weight? Next week, GMA with the science behind it all for you.
If you're looking for a last-minute Mother's Day gift, why not pick up a cool piece of art, all while supporting students at Lewis and Clark High School. Artwork from alumni will be on sale, and all proceeds will go to help fund multiple scholarships for graduating seniors who've overcome hardships.
The Tiger Scholarship Fund is amazing. We set it up for students who have overcome adversity or hardship during their childhood and yet have become very good students.
Well, this event is happening tomorrow at 10 and runs until 5 o'clock at the high school. And you have some Tigers, Chris.
Yes, I do. And they have a fantastic art program there. Some of the students, well, and the alumni too, the fact that it's both.
Yeah.
But some really talented students.
Gorgeous.
So,
yeah.
And you get to go into groovy LC High School. It is a beautiful school.
It looks like a college every time I drive by it.
It is magic. I tell my kids all the time, you have no idea how lucky you are to get to go to this school. Of course, all the schools now are fancy, but no school for the weekend. What a great day to have a couple of days off if you're a student. 81 degrees in Spokane right now. Blue skies, sunshine, just a few high clouds drifting through. Similar scene in Coeur d'Alene where it's 78 degrees. And those are the kind of wispy clouds you're going to see on the forecast. No big clouds, no overcast. It is going to be a gorgeous Saturday. 50 74 degrees at 7 o'clock. If you're up bright and early, might need a sweater on the deck with your coffee, but you won't need it for long. We'll be at 70 degrees by 10 a.m. and the sun is so high in the sky right now. Double up on your sunscreen for sure, and it will warm up very quickly. 76 degrees at noon, almost 80 by 2 o'clock. We're heading into the mid-80s by 4. Winds will be their strongest in the evening and not very strong, less than 10 miles per hour or less, maybe a little bit breezier on Mother's Day at the same time, but not much. Highs around the region, 80s over much of eastern Washington, 90 in Tri-Cities tomorrow, 88 in Lewiston. Staying in the 70s in St. Mary's, Kellogg, Moscow, and Pullman, but we'll be in the 80s in Coeur d'Alene as well as Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry. Your Mother's Day forecast, we may see a couple more clouds drifting through. Might be a couple of degrees warmer. I don't know that you would even notice. It's just going to be a gorgeous day, but there is a reason that we might be a couple of days or degrees cooler. Our ridge of high pressure, this is our current weather pattern, is not going to stay strong for long. It will begin to weaken as we get into late Sunday, flattening, moving off to the east, and finally on Monday, a system comes through, picking up our winds actually as early as late Sunday night after dark, and then through a breezy Monday, and we are going to cool down, not back down to average, just out of the 80s. Planting is a big tradition around Mother's Day in these parts, and the weather will be cooperating. White line is our average high. We're nowhere near any concerns of a frost or freeze, even with some pretty clear skies over the next several days. We will keep a close eye on those overnight lows through the end of May, just to get us through the trouble spots with the planting. And our long-range forecast in the 8 to 14 day is calling for below average temperatures. Not a particularly strong signal, but we just want to let you know that we are as concerned about the pretty plants around the inland Northwest as you are, and we'll keep you updated. Planning forecast. Plan on beautiful weather for the Junior Lilac Parade, Mother's Day, and really a nice work week. Would love it if I could put some showers here and there, but unfortunately, we are going to be staying dry through the 7-day forecast. We could use some rain. It's not going to happen. Maybe a slight chance on Wednesday, but again, we'll keep you updated.
Yeah, we're going to have to use our sprinklers and really start to think seriously about all the foliage and clearing things out ahead of fire season.
Absolutely.
And speaking of cleaning, if the warm weather has you thinking about spring cleaning, we can take care of some of those winter coats that you don't need.
Yes, please. For the first time ever, we listened. We are holding a spring closet clean-out drive for Coats for Kids. Next Thursday between 7 and 7, we're collecting new or gently used coats. And really, it's STCU that has stepped up, that has made this possible. We'll be at several locations in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, one near you. So we hope you'll drop off, say hi, bring us a coat, and you can see the list of locations on KXLY.com/Coats for Kids. It's where we keep all the Coats for Kids info.
This is the best time to buy a coat right now, too, because they're discounted.
Goodness. They practically give them away.
They really do.
And I do buy them.
Yeah, I know.
And so take that money that was donated and buy them now when they're really inexpensive.
It's the perfect time. All right, thanks, Chris. Well, a lifelong rancher is getting into politics, the issues he wants to prioritize if elected.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to get out there and take on adventure in a whole new way. Let's get going.
Get 0 for 72 and $3,000 cash on an Escape or $3,000 on a Mustang Mach-E. Only at your local Ford dealer.
For over 30 years, we've been keeping you warm.
Or cool, but now we are taking you to the next level of innovation.
Fireplaces, sleek modern design, or traditional electric, efficient and trendy.
Lighting, permanent, decorative, year-long lighting, providing security as well as beauty.
These are just some of the ideas we are bringing to you for the next level at Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric. We call it Holiday Innovation. Call us today.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bathfitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
You're feeding it.
I will, I promise. Thanks to our Premier Rewards Visa credit card from ICCU, we earned enough cash back to stock up on puppy supplies. But we don't have a puppy.
They're very convincing children.
Stay ahead of your moderate to severe eczema and show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to get out there and take on adventure in a whole new way. Let's get going.
Get 0 for 72 and $3,000 cash on an Escape or $3,000 on a Mustang Mach-E. Only at your local Ford dealer.
PAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you going to build?
Around the nation, a dramatic rise in childhood emergency room visits could lead to new safety changes in the melatonin industry. A March CDC report discovered that in recent years, thousands of children were seen in ERs after taking melatonin. CNN's Michael Yoshida explains the changes that could be on the way.
A large number of childhood ER visit has makers of melatonin supplements being asked to voluntarily improve child deterrent packaging as well as the warning messaging on labels of over-the-counter products. A trade group is asking the melatonin industry to voluntarily tighten standards after a study showed a large number of childhood emergency room visits related to the substance.
It's a long time coming.
A March CDC report found that between 2019 and 2022, ingesting melatonin while unsupervised led to some 11,000 children being seen in emergency rooms, with melatonin gummies involved in nearly 5,000 of those cases.
You know, the cap is open, the child takes it because it's flavored, it's a flavored gummy. And it almost, quite honestly, it tastes like candy. So they take it.
Melatonin can help induce sleep or aid in changing someone's internal sleep clock or cycle. In recent years, demand for these supplements has skyrocketed. And along with it, children ending up in the hospital after taking melatonin while unsupervised.
The thing we're most worried about, it has a central nervous system effect. It makes the children so sleepy that they are hard to wake up.
As a dietary supplement, melatonin does not have to go through FDA approval for safety, effectiveness, or labeling before it's sold to the public. But now, the Council for Responsible Nutrition, the leading trade association for supplements, has issued new voluntary guidelines, including new labels to warn about the dangers of drowsiness and the choking hazard for small children if not chewed properly. The Council also stresses the need for makers to adopt child safety containers. And the council has given manufacturers 18 to 24 months to implement these voluntary changes. In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30, including giving you a bird's eye view of one park in Spokane Valley that would be perfect for a Mother's Day picnic. And a lifelong rancher is saddling up for a run in politics. What prompted this campaign and the ideas he hopes to bring to Olympia coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hi, I'm Dean, the owner of Carpet Barn. It's Carpet Barn's Memorial Day LVP sale.
Celebrate the weekend by upgrading your home.
Ditch the dated and dive into the beautiful with Carpet Barn's huge Memorial Day LVP sale. Our exclusive waterproof LVP is as tough as it is beautiful with authentic wood designs that last. And starting at just $199 a foot, it's a steal. Visit Carpet Barn this Memorial Day for LVP for just $199 a foot. Make your dream home a reality.
Start living your life to the fullest by living simply in a tiny home from Portable Cedar Cabins. Less is truly more with all the amenities and comforts of a traditional home with a much smaller footprint. Each home is custom built and ready for you to move in and start enjoying the little things in life, including financial freedom. Homes from Portable Cedar Cabins are about half the price of the competition and about a quarter of the cost of a traditional home. Contact Portable Cedar Cabins today. Your worry-free tiny home is waiting for you just north of Spirit Lake, Idaho on Highway 41.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. And when you can breathe better, what isn't better? This is better. This is better. That's better. And that. Even this. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It works with your asthma medicine to help improve lung function. That's pretty good. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. It can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And doesn't that make things better? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Tell your doctor right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
What a gorgeous view of Riverfront Park. A perfect time to go outside, enjoy, and look at that. It's like a water park, you know, a splash pad almost for kids.
Oh, absolutely.
When all of that water just comes raining down.
That is gorgeous. And that's right where I'm going to be tomorrow morning with the Junior Lilac Parade. And it will be packed.
Yeah.
Because the weather is going to be perfect.
Everyone's going to have their chairs set up. Beautiful time to be outside.
Yes, very warm. And today we did crack the seal on the 80s. Here's a look. 82 degrees, our high temperature today, the first day in the 80s, the warmest day of the season by 5 degrees. We're right about on time for our first 80 degree. The average date is May 12th. Last time we were in the 80s was back in October. Here's a look at our current temperatures. It's still 81 degrees. What a beautiful night to be in downtown or back on the back deck with a barbecue. 78 degrees currently in Coeur d'Alene. It's 81 in Lewiston and 84 right now in Moses Lake. 73 degrees in Sandpoint. It's going to stay warm through the evening. Here's a look at your hourly forecast. I'm going to take you right on through the overnight because we are going to stay warm. 9 o'clock, still 70 degrees. You see this cloud here? That's just a isolated cloud drifting through, mostly clear skies overnight. We'll be in the 50s by around midnight, mid-50s at 2 a.m., but it's not going to get a lot cooler than that. In fact, at 5 a.m., clear skies and 50 degrees. That's where we'll bottom out with light winds throughout the night. And it is a good thing that we are going to have clear skies across the region because we have a very good chance to see the northern lights tonight. And meteorologist Matt Gray is tracking when and where we can see them.
Well, and we started things very early this morning, so that doesn't really help us with the sun's up, right? But on the other side of the globe, it has been a real light show. So let's take a look at some of the pictures we've gotten from news outlets around the world right now. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but it's in Italy. And my goodness, and you know, most of Italy is much further south in latitude than we are here in eastern Washington and North Idaho. So yeah, just saying, it has been a very strong solar storm that's been pushing across the earth. Take a look at this. This is in Wales, so that's the little country that's right next to Britain in the United Kingdom. But just some beautiful colors and all sorts of different colors that we've been seeing on these pictures coming out of Europe. Also just saw on the old Twitter machine that we are starting to see northern lights as far south as Georgia on the East Coast, where the sun has now set. So here is how things have been going over the past day or so. After the first of what's expected to be multiple hits from solar storms came this morning, it immediately spiked aurora activity, and it's been going all day. It only takes level 5 on this scale that I'm showing you here for the northern lights to be visible in the inland northwest. And we peaked out the chart at 9 just a few hours ago, starting to come down just a little bit. But the newest Space Weather Prediction Center forecast has come out, and it is going to keep us easily in the visible range for us here basically all night long. So that is some good news if you want to go looking for the aurora. Over the past few days, a series of solar storms erupted out of this. This is where it's coming from, this huge sunspot that's been facing our direction. Now, what sunspots are, they're essentially really angry magnetic storms that move across the sun's surface. And this is a big one. It is about the size of 16 planet Earths, and that gives you an idea of just how big the sun is. But this is a huge sunspot and a lot of activity, and it's pushing a lot of things, solar material, our way. So what these solar storms do when they reach us is they try to punch through Earth's magnetic field, and some of those particles do, and when they start colliding with the upper atmosphere, they produce the aurora as they interact with the nitrogen and the oxygen in the atmosphere. But that is not all that they do. They can also damage satellites. They can even throw some out of orbit. They can also cause electrical currents to run through the surface of the Earth for hundreds, thousands of miles. And that becomes a problem if you have a long ribbon of metal, say hundreds of miles long, like a high voltage power line. It could end up conducting that current. And so power companies, they have to act, and they're really busy right now across the world protecting their grids from space weather overloading those long distance transmission lines. But for most of us, this is just an opportunity to see some beautiful northern lights, and this might be the best chance you get for a long time. Now, to maximize your chances, here's what you got to do. You got to limit your light pollution. That means turning off as many lights in your home as you can. Your neighbors might thank you too if they go out looking. Find a dark spot. Get out of town. Countryside's always better with these things. And if all else fails, you know what? The camera on your phone might be able to pick up the aurora, even if your naked eye cannot. This is especially if maybe you don't feel like heading out of town tonight. Sunsets by 8:15. By 9 o'clock, you should be good to go for your search for the aurora.
Such awesome science behind our space weather, as we were talking about it earlier, Matt. I love it. If you liked this story, subscribe to the Brainstorm newsletter on KXLY.com. Every week, meteorologist Matt Gray keeps you informed on weather in the inland Northwest and the science behind it. A fourth-generation rancher in Spokane County is making a push for Olympia. Michael Schmidt announced he is running for state representative in District 4. Schmidt is running to fill the seat of Leonard Christensen, a Republican who announced his candidacy for state senate. Jordan Smith met with Schmidt today to learn what prompted him to throw his hat in the political ring and his primary goals should he be elected.
Yeah, Michael Schmidt is a lifelong rancher. He has no political background, but he wants to represent Eastern Washington with a conservative voice, bringing a major emphasis of education and agriculture to Olympia. Michael Schmidt is a political outsider. The entirety of his family tree is rooted in agriculture.
My family's been here for 125 years in Eastern Washington, ranching, farming.
Admittedly, he's not well versed in the political realm.
Been doing it for, 50 years. I've been working in Eastern Washington. And I feel like I have the heartbeat of Eastern Washington. I know what they need. They just need a strong voice. They need a diplomat. We've had politicians. That hasn't got us where we needed to be.
But he says that's the point of his campaign. His blue-collar background feeds his conservative approach to politics. He wants to limit the overreach of government, like with the EPA.
You know, the Supreme Court said, no, you can't regulate, you know, all this non-navigable water, but they're still doing it. And they're finding farmers without even, and ranchers without, for the intent of polluting. And they're getting to the point where if you own a cow, that's going to be enough to be intent to pollute.
And to restore more power to local communities, particularly when it comes to education.
We're different over here. I don't think they should be telling us how to run our schools. It should be in the hands of the parents first and foremost, and then the local school boards, because they can be voted in and out by the parents.
The predominantly conservative values in Eastern Washington are often overshadowed in Olympia. I asked him how he plans to see his ideas come to life, particularly in such polarizing times.
They wanted to stand on the principles, but that kept them from having the conversations. The fighting and the nonsense of all of that and the polarizing sides and the fringes, you know, kind of controlling the dialogue, you know, I think it's time to be over with that. And that's why I think someone that's not in politics, you know, can step up and just be that reasonable, calm voice and a strength and leadership. That's what we need.
In Spokane County, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
The Spokane Police Department is warning everyone to be on the lookout for crypto scams. The department says they've received multiple calls about scammers pretending to be law enforcement officers, telling people they missed a court appointment and owe money. The caller will then direct people to go to a Bitcoin kiosk like the one on your screen and deposit money. Police department wants you to know that they will not call or text you asking for money. We actually recently spoke with a detective with Spokane's Criminal Intelligence Unit who spends a lot of time teaching people about how to spot these scams.
We're trying to reach everybody. So we've talked to, you know, Rotary groups. If there's a Spokane Knitting Club, I'll talk to them.
To learn what signs to look for, head to KXLY.com. You'll hear the story of a woman who lost her life savings to these types of scams. Look for Derek Dice's special report on KXLY.com.
Well, Kirsten, are you a big video game fan?
I'm not, but you know what's happening at my house.
Of course.
My husband is a huge video game fan.
Well, this is a big summer for video games, and the most anticipated game of the decade is almost here. Of course, I'm talking about College Football 25. After almost 10 years away, the popular video game franchise is going to return this summer. Coming up in sports, we're going to talk about a big leak that happened online this morning and how EA had a fun little response.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Women Helping Women Fund.
It's more than a necklace. Celebrate the moment. Tracy Jewelers.
This year we celebrate Gary Middle School. That's where we're going to have the hometown Chevy Diamonds and Dreams. The whole infield's got to go. New fences, new backstop, and dugouts. The kids are going to love it. Diamonds and Dreams brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
Country Homes Power, Spokane's Husqvarna Superstore, is the #1 source for the best deals on professional-grade power equipment. Mowers and zero-turn mowers, all backed by factory-trained staff. Country Homes Power, the best choice for Husqvarna since 1947.
Spring is in full bloom at Ritter's with acres of trees, shrubs, and perennials. Greenhouses bursting with flowers for containers and bedding. Exquisite fountains, benches, and sculptures. Experienced experts to help you choose what to grow at your home. And all 3-gallon and larger rhododendrons and azaleas are 25% off. So come up to Ritter's. Ritter's Garden and Gift on North Division.
Spring is here. Start saving early with new energy-efficient triple pane windows from your home improvement company. Call today and get buy 2 windows and get 2 free. That's right. You get top quality materials with stunning design options for 50% off. Double the value, double the savings. Schedule today and enjoy 0 money down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2026. Call for your in-home consultation today to take advantage of these great savings. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
It's more than a necklace. Celebrate the moment. Tracy Jewelers.
Mother's Day Makeover.
I need a mommy makeover.
Next in Sun Edition. After 2 kids, this mom wants to wear a bikini again, just like when she was single.
I can't wear a bathing suit in public without feeling ashamed.
After surgery, the big reveal.
Woo!
Then, the lady who thought a teen's miniskirt was way too short. You won't believe what she did. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Well, the Seattle Mariners entered the week in first place of the American League West, but after dropping 3 of 4 out in Minnesota, they find themselves a game and a half behind Texas. However, they could easily take the top spot back if they have a strong weekend. Now, the M's are currently just getting underway against the Oakland Athletics, starting a 3-game series out at T-Mobile Park, currently 0-0 in the bottom of the first inning. We're going to have more on Nightside, the post-game coverage. And the Spokane Indians also in action tonight. They're taking on the Hillsboro Hops. That one is currently scoreless in the first inning. And the moment many college football and video game fans we're hoping for is quickly approaching. Earlier this morning, the cover of EA Sports College Football 25 leaked online. As you can see, features a lot of the top names in the sport, and some of the biggest programs have their flags represented. In the background, you can see, if you look closely enough, oddly enough, Washington State's flag not featured. Feels like the team over at EA dropped the ball there. But they had some fun with this leak a few hours later, confirming that this is indeed one of the covers that will be released for the game, and at the same time hinting at some more information dropping next Thursday. Hopefully we'll get a release date by then, and a lot of people in this building, I'm sure, are going to be playing that game. Kirsten, I'll send it over to you.
Where is the flag? That's a great question. All right. Thanks, Alex. Well, if you're still looking for some last-minute Mother's Day plans, why not take your mom on a picnic? This week's Air for Adventure, we are soaring above the Spokane River near Plants Ferry Park in Spokane Valley.
We're at Plants Ferry. It's gorgeous. It's really close to our house. We love this park. It's clean, it's open. They've got soccer practices and games that go on Saturday and Sundays, and it's just a great community place to be. So we bring our bikes down here, we walk down here, and then when mommy's tired, we drive down here. This is wonderful. This is actually one of 2. There's this one here, and then there's one over on the other side, and so we can kind of take our choice. And then the weather's nice. It's great to get out every week, but yeah, every couple of weeks we're out here.
Finally, the weather has settled and it's nice and warm. Pathway's fabulous. A lot of fun to ride. It's a huge asset. Yeah, no, I really enjoy it. I can ride it any time. My brother-in-law's just actually got an e-bike, so we're going to go out and ride on the bike path tomorrow, actually, do a nice little tour around. So, no, I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun to ride, and it's very beautiful. I've actually been here one other time, and the river was pretty low, but this time with all the spring runoff, it's really come up a lot. I'm going out to Liberty Lake, so my total ride will be about just an hour and a half. Pretty easy ride. It's nice to be out in the sunshine. Lovely.
I love Plants Ferry Park and love the Spokane Velocity. Tomorrow is match day. It's going to be warm at kickoff time, 82 degrees. But boy, people get to the stadium early, especially since it's Mom Appreciation Day. It's going to be 84 degrees. Now, these are airport temperatures, even warmer on the pitch. Be prepared. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Arata's Max Auto Sports and Arata's Mitsubishi is having a huge spring cleaning liquidation event. Every car, truck, and SUV has been marked down to extreme liquidation pricing. Bank on site with 0% financing. 0 down, nothing, and no payments for 90 days. Bad credit, no problem. We say yes. Bring the whole family. Pony rides for the kids and barbecue for everyone, so come hungry. So don't miss Arata's huge auto, truck, and liquidation event. May 9th through the 19th on the corner of Lions and Division.
My name is Stevie, and I work for my dad, Steve Stikowski, at SGX Jet Boats here in Orfino, Idaho, where we specialize in a shallow water aluminum jet boat. For us, it's more than just business, it's a legacy. You realize that it's all worth it because you're starting to see everything come to fruition. All of the hard work has paid off, and P1FCU is able to provide us with that security in knowing that our legacy is safe with them.
You've made it to the top 5. What are you going to do next?
We're going to Walt Disney World!
It's Disney night.
Yes!
And your vote decides the top 3.
I think you'll be in the finale.
Idol Live, Coast to Coast, ABC Sunday.
Kick off your summer with an unbeatable deal from Pape Machinery. For a limited time, take home a John Deere 1023E compact utility tractor with a 120E loader for just $199 per month. Customize the tractor of your dreams with hundreds of in-stock implements, all available at great prices. Don't miss out on this opportunity to transform your property's potential at an unbeatable value. Visit your local Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store today. Offer ends soon.
At American Northwest Plumbing, they do everything from service calls to bathroom remodels to new construction. They can take care of your plumbing solutions no matter what the need. They are dedicated, professional, and dependable. Call or click America Northwest Plumbing today, your one-stop plumbing shop.
I think I'm going to go with a 9-iron.
I'd suggest a 7.
No.
Oh. Did you know that if a bird picks up your ball, you got to follow it? Oh, there it is. I think it's to the right.
Nah.
Is this it?
Nope, not it.
More! Can I be frank? At STCU, we're always here to advise and consult, even if you want to go at it your own way.
Let's see what you've got, Frank. I think we should talk.
STCU Business. Partner up.
4 News Now is brought to you by McVeigh Brothers.
One of Spokane's best and most beloved traditions returns this weekend. Tomorrow morning, the community will celebrate the youngest Spokanites in the Junior Lilac Parade. Elementary and middle school bands, drill teams, and clubs will be marching to represent the Lilac City. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez joins us to share the people behind the parade.
1,500 students are getting ready to wow audiences in the Junior Lilac Parade. It all starts tomorrow just outside of Riverfront Park. Sunny blue skies serve as the perfect backdrop for Spokane's Lilac Festival. The city's youngest entertainers will be on display in tomorrow's parade.
I feel just like so happy and ecstatic, just like having the audience hear our work that we've done over like the past few months. That's just great.
The band at Salk Middle School is about 200 students strong. The group is led by Jeff McMurtry, who was once a Salk Spartan himself. Now he's getting to relive one of his favorite memories through the eyes of his students.
They get down here and they come around on Spokane Falls Boulevard where the majority of the people are standing, and you watch their eyes get wider as they see, thousands of people standing there cheering for them, and they feel like a rock star for a morning. It's pretty cool.
Those Rockstar elementary and middle school students have been preparing for the parade for weeks, even coming into school early. The students say all the hard work will be worth it once they see and hear the crowd.
Playing for the community, and I love the huge crowds. It just feels kind of nice to be, cheered for. It's really fun.
The parade starts on Washington and Spokane Falls Boulevard at 10:30 Saturday morning. The Junior Lilac Festival marks the start of a week dedicated to celebrating youth, our region, and our military.
Come on down. It's not just a parade, it's a community celebration. You'll be here tomorrow for the NHAPI event. Next weekend we've got Brewfest, so it really is family friendly, accessible, lots of fun things around every corner.
For a full list of everything you need to know before you go, you can head to our website, KXLY.com. Reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Oh, it's such a fun parade. Can't wait for tomorrow, and the weather is going to be perfect, very much like what we've seen today. Live conditions, it's still 81 and sunny in Spokane, sunny in Coeur d'Alene, and 78 degrees. 4 things to know about your weather: clear skies for the Aurora Borealis. Good chance tonight, possibly again tomorrow. We'll be in the 80s through Sunday, a beautiful Mother's Day, and then we do have some cooler weather coming next week. Your 4-day forecast: weekend will be in the 80s with mostly sunny skies, then cooler and breezy Monday, but that's still not average. Our average high is 66, and then we start warming up a little bit again on Tuesday. Meanwhile, let's go hour by hour through your Mother's Day forecast. It will start off fairly cool, 56 degrees. If you are heading out for morning brunch, you might need a sweater if you get in line early and mom is prone to being chilly. 10 a.m., 68 degrees, but we are already in the 70s by 11 o'clock in the morning. It will be a little bit breezier than Saturday, but almost unnoticeably until later in the day. You'll notice winds starting to get into the 11-mile-per-hour range. We'll be in the upper 70s by 2 o'clock. Just a bit cooler on Saturday than Sunday. Our ridge of high pressure is flattening, bringing in that cooler air for Monday. Winds 12, 11 miles per hour. May start to see some gusts, but they're going to hold off until after dark, closer to midnight. So no need to batten the hatches. It'll be still a beautiful Mother's Day. Your planning forecast, again, breezy on Monday. Then things get a little bit muddled going further. There are a couple of different things that could happen. One is that high pressure will return and we will see our temperatures into the 70s or perhaps even higher. There is another possibility that an upper level trough moves in. So we may see these temperatures vary quite a bit between now and the end of next week. So in the meantime, focusing on that fantastic weekend for the Junior Lilac Parade, Mother's Day, and then heading back to work with above average temperatures and more sunshine. Kirsten?
Doesn't get much better than that. Thank you, Chris. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
With Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, you can instantly know what you spend on things like food.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries this month?
Hey, Dad, can the guy stay for dinner?
No.
Want faster, easier banking? You can with Wells Fargo.
Huh, never a doubt. See our great selection of Tundras with backup assist technology and other advanced features at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
What makes me strong?
Every shot I take.
Every paddle I pull.
Every delicious bite. Every good long laugh.
Every story about our ancestors.
My family, my community, my tribe.
Our connection, that's our strength.
We use our strength to support each other. If you or someone else is struggling with mental health or thinking about suicide, call or text for help. That is a sign of strength we share.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival returns to Pend Oreille County June 15th and 16th. Discover the rich history, folklore, and mystery. From Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise, a 5K fun run, and plenty of food. This event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Hear from the county's experts about their Bigfoot sightings or sign up for the Presenters Dinner and talk with them firsthand. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mf-bigfoot.com.
Considering a new air conditioner? Before you commit, call Bill's Heating and AC. We're elevating efficiency and savings by matching heat pump prices to any local air conditioner quotes and setting a new standard for comfort. Why heat pumps? Similar to ACs, they offer high efficiencies to heat and cool your home for a lower cost. And with the purchase of qualifying equipment, you may be eligible to receive a 25C tax credit of up to $3,200. Don't miss out. Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote now.
With Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, you can pick up the tab even when you forget your wallet. I got this.
Fargo, send Kaz $145 to Zelle.
Smooth. Do you, Fargo? You can with Wells Fargo.
PAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build? Coming up tonight on Nightside, newly released body camera footage shows what led up to the shooting of 2 officers in Moses Lake. That's tonight at 11.
Beautiful weekend ahead. Sunshine, 80s. It's nice out now.
And I got an email from somebody who said, hey, you may want to start using your air conditioning already.
No, I refuse.
Maybe it's not quite time, but it might heat up. it's going to get hot. We'll see you at 11.
Live